I don't know if all my mic picked all that clapping up because typically it doesn't. But that's why I kind of slow clapped. And well, props to Toritaro and Toriyama. Props to Dragon Ball Super. If you guys know me, I'm MC my video. First things first. Hey guys, came for 15 back at it with another month's chapter review of Dragon Ball Super. But as I was going on, obviously you guys know that I've been very hypercritical of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Um, in terms of this arc with everything that's transpired. And I see that a lot, especially even with last chapter, the fact that a lot of people were like, you didn't understand. I think that was like one of the most, like the one, videos that had like one of the most dislikes on my channel, period, because the whole Vegeta incident, even though I don't care what people say, he lost and the form is shafted, it's wasted. I don't care how people feel about it. Whatever, my opinions on it. Vegeta lost and his form is wasted now. So Ultra Ego isn't, I don't really care about Ultra Ego anymore. What's the point? He lost using it for the first time. That's not how you give a transformation out, clowns. Anyways, I don't want to talk about last chapter or the last couple of chapters. In regards to Vegeta, and his form. But this was a really good chapter, like the last chapter was, when it came into the backstory of Bardock and everything. So this chapter, like I said, it impressed me a lot with what Gas could do, and this is the stuff I like about Dragon Ball Super, where it keeps, me like, okay, this is nice. I liked what they did here in this chapter, showing the dominance of Gas, showing Gas having a power that's somewhat unique in the Dragon Ball world, if you can say. But I definitely did like it. So let's get into this chapter. So this is Dragon Ball Super Chapter 78, titled Gas's Wish. Now the Heeters are on their way to try to retrieve the second Dragon Ball that they're looking for. But then Oil comes up with a message saying, yeah, Granola and the Saiyans, they stopped their fighting. They're actually just talking with each other. And guess what? The Namekian is there. And Alex's like, oh, so Manito's there. Well, that's when he's like, it seems like the cat's out of the bag. We'll just have to kill them. And Maki and Gas, they're like, well, Alec, we can go take care of them. You go get the last Dragon Ball and essentially get the wish and everything, and stuff like that. So, so he's like, okay, I'll do this and everything. And this is when Alex's like, don't worry, Gas, I will see your wish be fulfilled and everything. And he even goes to further mention the fact that, well, the plans rely on you, Gas, so, let's do this thing and everything. So, anyways, we cut over to Granola and Goku and Vegeta, and Granola's kind of like, holding Manito by his obviously clothes, like on almost dang near choking him. He's like, why didn't you tell me that the Heeters took out my mom? Why did you hide all this information out and everything? And Goku kind of breaks it up. He's like, listen, let's hear Manito out and everything, and stuff like that. Now, Vegeta actually asked Manito, he's like, hey, did Bardock actually win his fight against Gas? And Manito's like, yeah, Gas was still strong regardless, but, Bardock managed to defeat him. And even Vegeta makes the mention, I was like, that's interesting to know, because Bardock was a low-class warrior from what I know and everything. So, yeah, it goes to show you. And even Vegeta pops the question, like, was Gas really this weak? And freaking Manito again reassures, like, no, Gas is something you shouldn't take, like, somebody you shouldn't take lightly. He was strong. So I'm guessing that Bardock probably just got past Gas, and barely defeated him, getting him out of there. He managed to save. Maybe a light came out with something where it's like, okay, fine, we'll let you go free, but these guys have to end up working for me. So I personally kind of want to find out what happened. So I hope we get a flashback next chapter to find out what happened in the confrontation between Bardock and Gas, and how that whole scuffle, happened, and how it ended, and how Bardock eventually got away, and then what led to what said gone on Because we know that the Heeters made a deal with Monito to kind of keep his mouth shut and everything. So, you have to wonder if they made a deal with Bardock saying, "Listen, we won't hurt these guys and we'll let you go if you just don't speak of anything here." So it's gonna be very interesting. Anyways, all of a sudden the sky gets dark and they're looking around, and now obviously Goku and Vegeta know, well, this seems like it's the Dragon Ball's being used, and Granola obviously knows this, and we see in a few panels where Alec is looking at the Cerulean Dragon, and essentially the wish is granted, the sky goes back to normal, and then Goku and Vegeta and Granola all pick up on a big energy coming this way, and lo and behold, it's Maki and Oil with Gas walking behind them and everything. And we see the new design of Gas. Gas is, he's a lot taller now, and he looks really threatening. So yeah, and he definitely does look a lot beefier too and everything. So that's the whole thing now. We later find out that now Gas is the strongest in the universe now, and he's the strongest warrior in the universe. So that's crazy. And what we see with Gas's demonstration of how strong he is, it's crazy. So one of two things you have to go to wonder to is what was the cost of having Gas get this power? Because we know with Granola, he had to give up dang near almost his entire lifetime, which is 3 years left on his life. And with Gas, you have to wonder, okay, what did Alec have to sacrifice to do it? My prediction is maybe Alec sacrificed most of his lifespan to do it. If not, maybe all of it. Maybe he said, "You can take my life," and to give this power. Because, like I said earlier in this review, Alec said, the Heeters' plan, they're revolved around you guys, so you can't fail us down. So it wouldn't be shocking if Alec gave up his lifespan, or hell, maybe his own life, to have Gas get this power, which would then in turn, if Alec ended up giving up his life for Gas to get this power, then that would make Gas the new leader of the Heeters, I would take. Now I think Alec maybe is probably still alive. I think they're just gonna go with the way that he gave up most of his lifespan, which will probably make him a very old man. So yeah, again, like I said, with this new power, I definitely could see it where Gas kind of gets a little bit overconfident in his abilities, and then he's just goes to Heeters, and he's probably like, why do I need him when I'm the strongest in the universe? So I definitely could see where Gas maybe turns on the Heeters and say, guess what, I'm the new leader, either you listen to me or you die, and that's it. So I think eventually Gas is going to probably leave the Heeters and do his own thing and try to rule the entire universe under his thumb, because he's going to feel like, I'm the strongest in the universe. Why should I take orders from Alec and company? I can just do this all by myself. So it's going to be very interesting to see and everything. Eventually what happens is, Goku and Vegeta eventually find out how about the Dragon Balls on this planet, and they're like, wait, there's Dragon Balls here? And Granola's like, wait, you used the wish to become the strongest in the universe too, huh? And this tells Goku and Vegeta, like, wait, you can do that? And there's like, okay, now it makes more sense how you're this strong, dude, and everything. Anyways, Gas fires off like an energy blast that's slicing through the ground, and everybody dodges it, but it slices through Granola's ship, which I guess further shows that there's no way to escape. Now Gas is here to kill everybody. So yeah, that's the whole thing. All of a sudden, Gas just out of thin air calls this spear, this art, I want to say spear, like a trident type of thing. He throws it at Granola. It impales Granola and sticks him to his ship and everything, which is freaking crazy. And I'm like, what the hell? Now, Gas goes on to make the mention, let this be known, Granola, I never liked you to start. Like, ever. I was the guy that could be able to provide the muscle for Alec, not you. so I don't know what Alex saw in you and everything. Now Goku tries to get involved in this fight, but then Gas just kind of snaps his fingers, and these 4 blocks on all of Goku's limbs, his arms, and then his legs, well, they get trapped in him, and he's forced to the ground. Now, it would be actually interesting if that's the same type of metal that the strongest metal we know in Dragon Ball that eventually ended up cutting the Z sword in half, or breaking the Z sword in half. That would be pretty dang interesting if that's the case, because Goku said he couldn't move. So I'm probably thinking that's that type of freaking block metal. But we see essentially here what Gas's power is. He can essentially make these items come out of thin air and create them and then use them at his own will. So it's a unique type of power where it kind of puts his opponents in kind of, well, like a situation or a position where it's like it's hard to go up against this guy. And also helps, and it doesn't help with the fact that this guy is strong, that this guy is very strong now that he's got his power up boost. So obviously Gas looks at Goku and he's like, you resemble that Saiyan I fought 4 years ago. You must be his son or something like that. And he's like, don't worry, I'll go on to kill you too. And even Gas actually goes on to ask Vegeta, like, are there more Saiyans like you out there? And Vegeta goes to mention, no, there's only a few remaining Saiyans left because the others were killed by Frieza and everything. And obviously Gas is like, really? Well then, I guess we'll just have to take them out too. So, obviously, we probably have a feeling that this battle is going to eventually be shifted to Earth somehow, because he's going to want to kill every last Saiyan. Eventually, he tries to kill Goku with an axe, but Granola actually breaks out thanks to Monito pulling the spear, I'm going to keep calling it spear, the trident out of him, and he blasts Gas. And this is when we see Gas versus Granola. But the thing is, even though Granola has the powers of, well, at the time being the strongest in the universe, Gas is the most recent person to have that title, so he's definitely stronger than Granola here, and Granola's getting his butt kicked, like absolutely destroyed, you know, and everything, and it's getting to the point he's freaking getting knocked out. Now, Monito helps out getting rid of the blocks that are keeping Goku on the standstill. And essentially, Monito's like, let me heal you so you can save Granola and everything. But we later find out that Monito's healing abilities aren't as strong as, say, Dende's healing abilities, mostly because he's kind of an old Namekian. But the power he healed with, it gives Goku at least enough strength to transform into Super Saiyan Blue at least. Now, in the meantime, he actually tells Vegeta, like, Vegeta, what about that sensu bean you have in your armor? And Vegeta's like, oh yeah, that's right. I kind of threw my armor away in the battle, and Goku's like, listen, go get that sensu bean so then you can use it to fight Gas and everything. So Vegeta manages to go off and find that. Now, in the meantime, during the fight with Gas and Granola, we kind of get a flashback to how kind of Granola got recruited into the whole thing and stuff like that. And it's Gas kind of going on like, we didn't need you. You know, Elect only saw promise in you because you were an up-and-coming bounty hunter. So we get a flashback to the past where we see a younger Granola who's been training a bit and has been, you know, known as a very up-and-coming bounty hunter. You know, Elect and the other Heeters took, you know, notice in him. And the thing is, they're kind of dangling something over Monito's head by saying, like, listen, you know, he doesn't know about us killing his mother, right? And Monito's like, no, he doesn't. And Alec's kind of like, well, good, it needs to stay like that. And it's a type of bribery thing where it's like, don't tell Granola about what happened to his mother, because even Monito even makes a mention later in this whole discussion, the fact like, I'd be crazy enough to tell him, because then he'd just be on some mad revenge plot, and I know he would just walk into circumstances where he'd just probably get killed. And Alex like, yeah, of course he would, because please, he couldn't hold a candle to us. And Alex says, listen, just keep that mouth of yours shut, you old Namekian. And guess what? We won't have to come kill you. But if we do find out you tell him about his mother's death coming from us, well, we will kill you both. So it's the whole bribery of don't tell somebody this, otherwise we're gonna kill you. And Manato's telling the story to Goku, and he's probably, and he's like, I probably should have just told Granola to begin with. It's better, I'd rather die than see this situation happen and stuff like that. So yeah, but Goku kind of tells Monato, look, it's okay, man. You were kind of put in a tough position, so I don't want to blame you for doing what you did and everything. Anyways, Goku, this is the part also when Goku tells Vegeta to go get the senzu bean. Vegeta leaves. Goku, like I said, starts his fight with Gas. He's only managed, he's not fully healed. He's got some power back. He's at least strong enough to go into Super Saiyan Blue. And well, Super Saiyan Blue is enough against Gas. Gas pulls out like a shield and everything. He even pulls out a freaking like sword to try to stab Goku. Goku manages to block it before he ends up getting stabbed. But, Goku's trying to get on the upper hand, but Gas is kind of just eluding him to the point that even freaking Gas makeshift a freaking hammer like he's Harley fucking Quinn from freaking Batman, smacks it across the face. It actually makes Goku bleed from this hard hit, and everything. And yeah, eventually what happens is we cut over to Vegeta, where he finds his armor plate, and he pulls out the senzu bean. He's like, here we go. And essentially the chapter ends off with Vegeta coming back with the senzu bean, but he gives the senzu bean to Granola as a way of saying, listen, you need to eat this and taste so you can take your revenge on the Heeters for everything that they've done to you and stuff like that. And the chapter essentially ends off with Granola seemingly being healed thanks to the senzu bean, and that's it. So anyways, I thought this chapter was really freaking good. Like I said, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Listen guys, when I don't like something in Dragon Ball Super for the manga chapters, I don't care if you don't like my thoughts on it. I will voice my criticisms on it, and I'm just gonna be honest. It's just my personal opinion. The last few chapters, especially with the Granola stuff, as well as the whole Ultra Ego and the Goku learn mastering Ultra Instinct or MUI, I don't like it, and that's my criticism. But I'm gonna call it out. But like I said, I'm gonna call it out how I see it. But when Dragon Ball Super, I think, is doing something good and I like it, then I will voice my pleasures with what I like it. I like this chapter. I really did like this chapter. This is probably one of my favorite chapters of this arc in quite a long time, if not my favorite chapter of this arc. And I can't wait to see what happens next month in December, which will be the last chapter of the year for Dragon Ball Super. So other than that, that's kind of it. Like I said, I do want to know what happened in the fight between Gas and Bardock. I think a lot of people in the Dragon Ball community wants to find that out. What happened, or what happened with Bardock and Gas and that whole situation figured out. We also want to find out what was the cost of making the strongest in the universe's wish, because, well, yeah, we need to know that question. I feel like those will probably be revealed next chapter, and stuff like that. And yeah, but the last chapter of the year next month, I have a feeling that they're going to end the chapter off with a big cliffhanger where we go into 2022 wondering what the hell is going to happen next. But other than that, this was a really good chapter. I very much enjoyed the read. And yeah, so if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's manga chapter for Dragon Ball Super. What are things that you like? What are things you didn't like? As well as hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Dragon Ball Super content, whether it's about my review for the upcoming movie that I'm kind of iffy about. I'm still going to go see it, but I still don't like the whole damn 3D, 2D animation shit. It's still weird that the movie is essentially a 3D CGI movie, and I don't like it. I'm like, I'm gonna probably voice this whole thing in my review when I see the movie. I'm gonna say, like, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Why are we doing CGI with this film? Just keep it. I'm sorry, the CGI looks too damn wonky for me. I don't like it. I think from everybody I've heard, it's throwing people off, and from what I've heard, people are like, I'm willing to give it a chance, but let's be honest, it doesn't look freaking. The CGI does not look good. So yeah, other than that, hit the subscribe button if you want to get more other anime content like One Piece. Tomorrow is One Piece's 1000th episode, so I'll actually be reviewing that episode tomorrow night. So get my thoughts on the 1000th episode of One Piece. I have been reviewing the Black Clover arcs, and I only have one more video to upload in regards to the Black Clover anime of where it last stopped at, and then I'll be doing manga chapter reviews on the Black Clover story. If you guys like Black Clover, I talk about Fairy Tail on the channel, Dragon Quest. Tonight will be a Dragon Quest review, so if you're fans of Dragon Quest, look forward to that. And yeah, that's it. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day or night or whenever you're checking out this video. Until then, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.